What is the deal? You are now watching the T-Money Podcast joint right here on YouTube, man. Always subscribe, always watch. This is, I don't know what episode this is, but we're definitely close to 70 episodes. Nice. 70 episodes, man. Almost 3 years running, and we've had amazing guests, and this will continue starting today. In the house, we got my girl, Stax Cadero. What's up, Stax? How you doing?
What's going on? You know what, T? It's 1 year for me.
Oh,
happy anniversary to me on the T-Money Podcast joint.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have asked for a better co-host. Salute to Sierra Ross, though, because she kicked it off, and she did it in a magnificent way, right?
That's right,
Oh, my God. Salute to you, Sierra. If you're out there watching, man, thank you for everything you've done for this show. Stax, you are no longer a replacement for Sierra. You are numero uno and number one.
Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and salute, man. I didn't know it was a year. How didn't I know that? Oh, that's right.
It's the air. It's the air toast.
And we stole these up for Brooklyn Blue in the building.
Brooklyn
Blue in the building, man. Tell us a little about that if you can.
All right. So Brooklyn Blue is a premixed cocktail made with Puerto Rican rum, coconut rum cream, and fresh pineapple. Okay. Now, if you really want it to taste great, you need to pour it over some ice.
That's right.
And
why you need the ice? Why you need the ice?
Because it make it taste great.
Make it taste great. Grande.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. Okay.
But you have to be 21 and over to consume this drink.
Well, I can't have any more because I've been drinking it. I'm definitely not 21.
You about 19.
Yeah.
So I think that the drink makes you regress in age a little bit.
And regress in something. I don't know what it is in age
or
what.
Brain cells, maybe. I don't know. But it is a great drink. It goes down smooth. Make sure that you pair this with something wonderful to eat, like maybe some nachos and some guacamole or something. I don't know, but have some food with it when you have it.
This is facts.
Yes. And to find out where you can get the drink, please follow on Instagram, BrooklynCafe.creative. You're spelling Brooklyn the short way, BKLYN, BlueCafe.creative.
That's right. And this is what we do here. So listen, today has been amazing so far, but check this out. I have one of my favorite singers of all time in the building. Let's introduce my man Lillo Thomas. Lillo Thomas.
I'm here.
What's up, Lillo? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, hanging out with T-Money.
Oh, look how sweet. I'm trying to tell you. I am definitely official right now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, what's going on, bro? How you doing? How you been, man?
It's good, man. Keeping busy,
Yeah, I know. When you can sing, you can just work anywhere. Like, let me tell you, I could be at the bodega, like, you're real good, girl. I could be, because you have that talent, right? Mm-hmm. When you have that talent, you can just get money, man. So I know you've been on shows. You just came from a show last night.
Yeah, we had a show at Westbury Music Fair last night.
How'd that go, man?
It was nice.
It was you, Howard Hewitt,
and Nikki. Nikki Howard.
Mickey Howard, yeah, man. That must have been
Jeff
amazing.
Red.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jeff Red performed too?
Jeff Red was there. You kidding me?
Oh, wow.
That's my man.
Oh, wow. Salute to Jeff Red, man.
Yeah.
Jeff Red, he's underrated too. People forgot about him,
Yeah.
But I ain't forget about him. Because I'm from that era,
Right.
Like I was just saying earlier, me and my homeboy, D-Money, was just talking about high school, because, during the high school era, because, some people didn't have a great time in high school. Some people was just like, my high school years weren't all that. But my high school years were official. I had a great, and the soundtrack to my high school years were like songs like, Good Girl and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's why I was saying you're like somebody that I like aspire to be, although I can never sing. But I know you can. I can always sing in the shower, like big deal, right? So it is what it is.
That's where it starts.
Yeah,
right.
No question. But so talk to us, man. So what? Well, for a lot of my viewing audience, they might not know a lot about your career, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little about your beginnings. I know you're from Brooklyn, New York, right?
Born and raised.
Brooklyn, New York, in the house. BK in the building.
What's up?
BK in the building. BK. But what part of Brooklyn are you from? What part?
Originally grew up in Brownsville. and we moved into East New York.
Oh,
I lived in East
okay,
New York for a good while.
Yeah, we had Lachey on earlier, and she was telling me how you guys lived in the same building.
Yeah, that was my first. When I got my deal, that was my first apartment.
Oh wow, okay.
And that was something that she said she came to my door when she was about 15 because she was a fan, and that I was pretty nice to her. You know, I gave her an autograph.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And she I'm quite sure she really appreciated it.
Yeah, so now we came full circle. Seeing her, you know, that was pretty amazing.
That's life.
Yeah.
You know, that's life, man. You know, you never know. You know how
Exactly.
things happen in life. You know, you never know whose paths you're gonna cross more than once.
And that's
you know?
why it's always good to be kind to people because you just never know. You know, like when you're gonna have that next moment where you're gonna see them, and it's like, wow.
Right. Well, like I was having a conversation with her, which was very interesting. How she talked about how she never inspired to be a singer. Right. Tell us a little about your beginnings. Did you get any formal training as a singer? When did you find out that you actually had a voice? When did you discover this? When did you realize it was something that you truly wanted to professionally pursue?
Oh, I started really, really young. My dad was a preacher.
Oh, okay.
And I was in church every day.
Oh, okay.
And so that's all I would sing was, you know, gospel music. And it was nice, but then my dad would go to other churches and he would get paid for it. And one day, me and my sister, we were performing, you know, we were singing in the church.
Does she sing too or no?
She did when we were kids.
Okay.
It was just her and I, my sister Venus. And we got a little envelope at the end of we sang. I was
okay.
like, wow,
Whoa,
you know, it's like $40.
Right.
That's
I
that
can
money.
do this.
That's that money
I
right
can do this right here.
That's right.
Like,
That's
you know,
right.
I'm like, okay.
Right.
So it was at that moment, you know, that I decided this is.
Oh, that's
this is what I wanted to
gangster.
do.
So, wait a minute. Ding, ding. Oh, I can get money.
Right.
Hold up.
Singing for
For
some?
this? Okay.
Oh, that's-
you know. So and then I started pursuing it. My dad didn't want me to do you know, outside music. You know, he was very strict.
He was a pastor, and,
Yeah.
and he probably believed in the word, and you know,
Yep, exactly.
He didn't want you to do secular music.
Secular music.
Right,
No, we couldn't do any of that.
Right.
We couldn't play cards. We didn't even with games that had dice in it. Wouldn't let us touch it.
Oh wow.
And then I just started like sneaking out and doing it.
Oh wow.
And then you know,
it manifested into something, right?
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
and how old were you at this time?
I was probably like now about 8, 9. You know, and
Right.
started really getting into outside music. And,
Right.
You know, listening to Motown, and
Right.
it started really, you know, I felt it.
It started blossoming in your heart, right?
Yeah, and the first album I bought was Sly and the Family Stones. Sly album.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sly was an incredibly talented person.
Oh my God,
He was ridiculous.
If you want me to stay, what?
Yes, he was incredibly talented.
Oh my God.
And to listen to him, and you were inspiring to be whoever you were aspiring to be as an artist. You definitely listen to Sly. He's dope.
He
you know?
just had a feel that was ridiculous. I felt it, and so I built a lot of stuff around, you know, that funk movement, and that's why a lot of my music now it's very ballad, and then it's got up tempo funky stuff.
Right.
So that's where a lot of that came from, and then like Curtis Mayfield, I started getting into, you know, Jerry Butler. So it just started happening.
So were those your? I mean, I know you listen to a lot of that music, but those your inspirational artists. How did you formulate your own style from all that? I know
Just listening to how they were phrasing. I used to love the way, you know, Curtis Mayfield would, you know, his phrasing, you know.
Right. Curtis. I used to listen to Curtis Mayfield and say to myself, like, yo, he couldn't have possibly been in his right frame of mind, because he said stuff that was like, yo, like you had to be in a whole nother world, like you had to be on LSD or something. But Curtis Mayfield was great. Yo, he was incredible as an artist, bro.
Absolutely.
Curtis Mayfield was dope.
Yeah. I used to like
You know?
the way he would pause, you know, the way I use it on my trust. You know, the way he would place his notes and
Right.
stuff. I was like, whoa,
He
that's
was
pretty
he was
intense.
different. Curtis
Yeah.
Mayfield was so different. If you listen to Superfly,
Superfly
soundtrack. You really because I used to just drive around with that in my car. But like you would listen with it on a cassette. I used to put that. You know when back in the days when you had the Benzie box radio, so you had the cassette tape. I had the cassette tape, and I'm just listening to like the music. First of all, the music itself.
Yes.
Yeah. Was like this is different, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what they were on. I mean, were they actually playing instruments, making this?
Yes.
It was just
And
so
he was left-handed.
surreal.
He was a left-handed guitar player.
Yeah, like my daughter. My daughter's left-handed. Left-handed
Step
people are
up,
different.
They're pretty
folks.
They're
brilliant.
different people.
Uh-huh.
Stax is left-handed.
You
Okay,
know.
you see the hand out, right? Okay, I don't know whether they think they're different people or I don't know.
Yes.
Their brain just does.
They do different things.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel? How do you feel about this? Because you're a left-handed, so you're an authoritative figure on left-handed people. So tell the world about left-handed people and what you think. Here it is. Ready and go.
It's been different for us, but here we are, lefty strong.
Oh,
And I didn't know that we actually had a day. There's a day that's
Yeah, yeah.
recognized
Yeah.
for left-handed people.
There is.
There are also scholarships for left-handed people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's scholarships like to college and
Delilah,
stuff like
you
that.
heard that? Delilah, there's scholarships for left-handed people. My daughter's graduating this year from school, and we're looking to go to grad school. So, look,
nice.
okay, it's the left-handed scholarship for graduate
Yes.
school. We'll need to
Exactly.
find that out.
Need that.
But listen, so Lila, when you came up, you know, there was a lot, at this time, there was a lot of competition, you know? I look at it like there was a lot of, everybody wearing hard bottom shoes. And,
Yeah.
you know, everybody was trying to sing, and, you know, and how'd you find your niche? I mean, this is all before you even started putting out records publicly. I
Yeah.
mean, how did you find your niche?
I just went with what I felt, and I just felt that I needed to be different than what was going on, and at that time, it was a lot of doo-wop stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, it was. That's
remember
right.
where brothers used to get on the corners and just blow harmonies and stuff like that.
wow.
And I got very inspired behind that, and I started learning how to blend harmonies and voices and stuff together, and that just seemed to work for me.
Oh, because see, I'm not from that era. I'm a little younger than that, but I always wondered, like, cause I know I by trade I've always been DJ.
Right.
DJs have DJ competitions. They have DJ battles. Did they have doo-wop battles where groups just battled?
You would have you doing doo-wop. It was all
That was the whole thing?
Oh, it was definitely. You had the high pitched voice, the bottom
bass.
voice. I mean, the Temptations is a perfect example
Temptations,
of a doo-wop group.
Boys to Men.
Boys to
you know,
Men
a
came
lot-
out that.
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Edition.
New Edition.
Wow.
Wow.
That's where all that came from.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It was pretty amazing. But I always enjoyed singing. I told everybody, anybody who knew me when I was young, I would say, I'm going to do music and make a living from it, or I'm going to be a bum.
Oh, okay. So you
Definitely
knew
not
exactly
wrong.
what you wanted to do.
Absolutely. I'm one of those kind of people, you know, if we're going to seize the island, burn the boats.
That's
You know,
right.
you-
That's
you
right.
know.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Make this
Salute to
happen.
that.
I like that.
Salute to that. Yo, listen, this is a man who has focus. Okay?
For real.
This is a man who has complete focus because that a lot of people, and you had that when you were young,
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't have that. They just don't have that kind of supreme focus in regards to what they want to do, man. Like for myself, it took me many years to figure out that because I was good at a couple things. You know, I loved my hip hop culture because I came up in that.
Right.
But I also played football, and I was very good at that. So which do you do? What kind of, where's your fate? What are you gonna do? And it was kind of funny. Again, the conversation I had on the way in.
Right.
I got hurt in college playing ball. I hurt my knee, so my career was kind of done. And it was weird because I figured that I could have been a great football player, but it didn't pan out that way. But my life went a whole nother direction.
Absolutely.
And I achieved success on another level doing music.
Yes.
So it was like, was that my destiny or what, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't have supreme focus. I didn't say, okay. And it has a lot to do with the fact that was your talent. Like,
Yeah.
you have the voice. Nobody could take that from you, right? Unless
Exactly.
something happens to you, right? So okay, well, I'm a great singer. You know?
Yeah, but I still I applied that because like I was into sports as well.
Oh, okay.
I
But you
ran
did track.
track.
You ran track, and
Right.
you were very good at it. By the
Yeah.
way,
So
you were
it
very
was
good.
that same kind of discipline. You know, I think if you have the discipline in one thing, it should be able to translate into something else.
Right.
And I always loved music, so that discipline that I have at that, I always loved to run.
Right, and let's keep it 100, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't just run. Okay, he's understating it because he was on an Olympic level.
Yeah.
You know, Lillo. You could have seen Lillo on the NBC on the Olympics for official tissue. You know what I mean? So
I ran a world's record when I was like 21 years old.
And what race? So what was your time?
20.8. I ran 9.3 in the 100.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, show's over. Show's over. I'm straight. Do you understand how fast? You gotta understand how fast this dude is running. If he was a 20.8,
in a blur.
Yeah.
And that was back then.
Back then, it was yards.
That's right. It was in meters.
It was in meters yet. Meters. Wow. That's why a lot of my records still hold, because it was yards, and then when everything turned over to meters, my records stayed.
So why didn't you pursue a career in track?
I had my deal, and I was still competing to go to the
really?
games. Yeah.
Wow.
I actually went to Brazil. I was training for the '84 games, and we were in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
And I felt I still could compete. I didn't get hurt that bad.
Right.
But the record company at that point told me that they didn't want me to compete.
To compete because you were.
Because they saying, they was spending money on me, and they didn't want me to get hurt. They didn't realize, the way it is now. Right. That would have been like a great opportunity, but they didn't see it that way.
Now back then, I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like, people weren't as progressive as they are now, business wise.
Right. Exactly.
I look at it like, the other day I was watching something about Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
How he played baseball. He actually hit a home run and ran a touchdown in the NFL the same day. Mm-hmm. And the only other person that ever even actually played football and baseball on that level was Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo.
And it hasn't really been done since.
No.
Not that the guys can't do it. It's just sort of like corporate America put the handcuffs on these guys, so they can't turn their franchises upside down. Yeah. Because when Deion did it, it caused the franchise a lot of issues because he was doing it during the time that the Atlanta Braves were in the playoffs. And, but my thing is, people aren't progressive in thinking that way naturally. Yeah. Like, you could have did both. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like why couldn't you do both? I mean, why is everybody like trying to squelch your energy? Like, oh no, I don't want you to do that because
they didn't understand it. They were looking at, well, you're feeding us with this. So we don't want to hurt that by you doing this other thing that we have nothing to do with.
Right.
So I think it was more that kind of mentality.
Well, it's okay. We thank you very much for doing that because now we have Lillo on the show and we're talking about his beautiful music. Yeah. Your voice as an artist is so smooth and at the same time it's very powerful. How we already discussed kind of how you develop your style because of the artists that you have embraced. But back in the 80s, hip hop had R&B had so many types of things going on. They had funk in it.
Yeah.
They had soul in it.
Yeah.
And it must have been very difficult to kind of navigate that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But it just happened. I think the more that I start to consume the music and things that I like, and then putting it all together, it starts to happen. You start to hear it. I would go into sessions, and because I started off being a background singer.
Oh, for who? Who did you work with?
I worked with Kashif.
Oh, Kashif, yeah.
I worked with Melba Moore. That's basically.
You worked with Paul Lawrence
Paul
too.
Lawrence was my producer.
Yeah.
All my stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought it was Kashif.
Oh, okay. But I know it was Paul.
Yeah, it was Paul.
Yeah.
And things just started to develop because I'm an emotional person.
Right.
So I just.
What's your sign?
Cancer.
Oh, just like her. First thing I'm thinking, and my daughter's a Cancer. You say emotional, like my daughter, her, you, okay?
Yeah.
Cancer is clean sweep. Yeah, super emotional. Salute to y'all.
We love you, Lillo.
And, it's emotional. All that
even
comes
more
out.
Now.
And
even more now.
And then coming up the way that I did, living in Brooklyn, and my mom was an alcoholic. My dad, after he lost his faith, he lost his vision. You know.
Oh, really? Talk to
Oh,
us a
yeah.
little about that. How did your father lose his? I mean, I know he was a.
He was a minister, and he lost his faith. He was one of those kind of guys that, you know, he would have a lot of dreams and ambition, but he just would fall short all the time. And he got to the point where he just got fed up. He didn't want family or nothing. And he walked away when I was like 7.
Oh, wow. God bless him.
And
man.
I remember him leaving. I was like, whoa. And I think that moment defined my life. I knew that
right.
I had to be something.
Right.
You know, and that's how it started.
Well, you know what they say, someone told me the other day, they said, well, I don't have anybody but myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have parental support. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids.
Right.
So if things go left, it's because I wasn't there to hold myself down.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes in life you have to hold yourself down.
Yeah, you have to understand that.
You can't always depend on other people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I was doing things that was really kind of nuts at the time because I was competing, but I felt other things that I wanted to do, and I know that now, you know, being 16, you know, getting ready to be 17, I had to see him. Really know. Later, I got to know how it was all done because then it's about the business.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're cutting it, you know that, oh, this is, for me, it feels good.
Right, for you it feels good.
I feel great. Good girl. We had a point because we were going against the whole Prince movement and going against the Rick James with the nasty girls and all that kind of stuff. We're like, I don't want to be that. Let's do something with good girls.
Right.
You know, let's bring our good girls up.
Right.
And that's how Good Girls started to manifest itself.
I absolutely love that song. Don't you love that song, Stacks?
I love that song. I was gonna ask, you know, how it came about, but you just explained it, and I think it's really interesting that that you kind of had to, the comparison of Prince, I guess, like with the images and how you know you can easily be compared.
Exactly.
Right. So what was that like? Your first. Let me see, like your first big performance with the song. Like, how did you feel once you knew that this is the song that's about to take my career to a different level?
The women? What?
Wow.
The women that came out. Woo! Oh, my goodness. As soon as I said, I don't like no nasty girls, women came.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey.
Go ahead, Lillo. They all came.
They came. I was like, wow, this is like an anthem for them. You know?
Right.
It was like, whoa. I mean, this was before I was married.
Right.
I was in L.A. And I was out with this woman, and I came to my room, and I got the key from the guy downstairs, and he says, oh, your wife changed your room.
Oh, shoot.
I'm not married.
Right.
So I said, okay, give me the key. I went up to the room. This girl was in my room, negligee on, cooked me a meal, took all my clothes from my room, put them in this room, and she was just there waiting for me. And meanwhile, I have this other woman that I was out with.
My God.
Oh, wow. How did that work?
I had her sit over, you know, in the little lounge area they have in the hotel.
Right.
And I went upstairs, and I'm like, what are you doing? She said, I just wanted to meet you, and I'm a good girl. And I was like, whoa. So, you know.
Yo, D-Money, I got to get my record contract up.
You know.
Let me stop.
So
I'm just joking.
I got a little money in my pocket. I'm feeling a little famous.
Wow.
I have to represent, you know.
Yo, that's crazy right there. But that's that happens, bro.
Yeah.
That's really I could talk to you about stories about that.
Exactly.
You know, but that kind of stuff happens, man.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. But that's part of what happens. When you make music, or music touches
people. It's like they know you.
Yeah, it touches some people in a different way.
Yeah.
You know. So now that we know about the Good Girl song
Girl, yes,
and what
Good
it did to, oh my goodness. Now while I listen to that song, I'm going to think I have a totally different energy. I'm not even going to think about it like I do.
They came outside.
Facts, I'm going to think
They
about
came
it
outside.
What song did you make that you thought that was going to work, didn't work?
didn't work.
Didn't really reach the level of Good Girls or I Like.
I think the ultimate Lillo song is Holding On. And
That's a very nice song,
it got
too, though,
caught
actually.
up in politics. You know, I thought Holding On was, that song almost retired me. Because I
really?
said, if that song couldn't cut through,
Then what else is there, right?
There's nothing else I could do. I can't do anything better than that. And it was a political thing. The company didn't want to release it. I had you remember Barry Mayo?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was Kiss FM.
Kiss FM.
Yeah.
He was the youngest program director, and he was coming up to the companies telling them, "Y'all are crazy. Y'all don't release this record."
Right.
And they wouldn't release it because they were battling between London Capitol Records and L.A.
I
Capitol
remember
Records.
London Capitol and LA Capitol, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the song just got pushed back. And
That's how the artist suffers because of their ignorance. You
yeah,
understand?
exactly.
Yeah, somebody should take a knife to them and like hang them and like torture them and put them in a chair, pour kerosene on them.
God.
Yo, let me tell you something. You know why I'm so vehemently upset about that? Because the people, this is your life.
Yes.
And it's more than obvious that the song should be released. What kind of politics are we discussing?
Right. Just,
You understand?
it's stupid.
You know, you're putting someone's life, I hate to say it in this term, but you're kind of putting someone's life in harm's way because you're doing wrong by this person in their career.
Exactly.
Release the damn song, bro.
Exactly.
Like, come on with that. Just like, you know, I like DJs that don't, you know, there's a hot song but they hate. Well, I don't play that. I don't want to get into that. I like a past song.
Right.
Yeah, somebody asks you for your opinion, man. Do your job.
Right, that's
Play
it.
the record,
all
that's
I'm
it.
saying.
Play the record. You know, and the record, let the record speak for itself.
Exactly.
You know, nobody asked you to tell me because you are a DJ and you have your own opinion and you know you have a following and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I do not care.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care because it's not fair to the artistry. It's not fair to, you know, you as an artist to do things like that because...
Yeah. It did. It almost stopped me.
Yeah.
I almost just, I was almost like, okay. Then
But you
this
did
is
move.
it.
We moved away from the business for a minute.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what brought you back?
Just the music,
Yeah.
you know, being out and meeting people and people saying, "Where are you? Why are you doing this?" You know, and I was like, yeah,
It's your calling, though.
yeah,
And I know you probably had the frustrations.
yeah,
You know, that happens, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've had frustrations too. Trust me. You know, I look at Stack's hat, and I'm mad because I don't have one. You know,
Don't be mad at this hat.
you know I'm mad because I don't have a cowboy hat.
Don't be mad at this
I'm
hat.
not down with the
gon-
Beyonce energy. I don't
So
understand.
listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at this at the wonderful picture behind Mr. Thomas, what you
Look
have
at
to
that.
understand
Look at that right there.
is that in doing my,
Look
I
at
love that
picture
sweater
right there.
too.
Are you not understanding that the
Listen.
picture swag is right there?
Listen, I said I gotta put my hat on today and
Facts.
represent for Lilo.
That's right.
You see what I'm doing? All right.
That's right, boy.
It's the ebony woman I'm giving you.
Shoo!
All right.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. It's the ebony
That's
woman
it.
you giving.
That's the ebony woman
No,
I'm
no, no. Pause like give me the pause. Oh, there you go. Bong. There you go.
All right, that's it. I hope that y'all, you know, that was a frozen shot for you. But yeah, frozen shot. But your fashion and your hats. These are definitely some things that you brought to the stage aside from your appeal to the ladies, right? So did you have a stylist or did you dress yourself?
I always dress myself.
So do you
interesting.
have a hat line?
No, I like wearing. My dad wore hats, and I got it from him.
Okay.
And when I first came out, I wanted to be like, I was calling it like the Dark Gable image.
Oh, like
That's
Dark
what I
Clark
wanted to be,
Gable.
because
Right.
I love those older movies, those black and white movies, and the way that those guys carried themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
classy.
yeah, I dug that. So, and my mustache was blonde,
Right.
so I wanted to darken it. You know,
Right.
to have that look.
Have
So
that dark
it
look,
started
right.
coming, and I was an artist as well. I love to draw.
Oh, you do. You
Yeah.
do. Oh, okay.
You know, I love to draw. I actually went to school I went to Parsons School of Design
Oh.
on an art scholarship
Okay.
because my mom said, "Well, suppose your career doesn't work out." I said, "But it's going to work out. It's going to happen." She says, "Well, you should have something else you want to fall back on." And she was the only one that could say that
Your
to
mom?
me that I would
Your
listen.
mom,
Yeah,
right?
I would be like,
Oh,
maybe
that's nice.
Maybe she got a point.
That's nice.
You know,
So not only were you an Olympic level track phenom, 20.8. It scares me still. You were a graphic artist, right? And you're a phenomenal singer.
Thank you.
Okay, what other talents am I missing here? Okay,
That was it.
what else is going on?
The fashion.
Fashion. Oh, look, that's
Look at him.
That's a great look right there, man.
Right?
That's a great
well,
look.
that comes from just
Right.
the whole concept, just
Mm-hmm.
being
But
able
not
to create in your head and,
This
and
is facts.
produce it.
Yeah. Well,
Not everybody knows how to dress, though.
well,
not
everybody
everybody
can't
can
put it
put that
together.
together.
Everybody can't put it together. You're
Yeah.
100% correct.
You have to have a vision.
Yeah.
Right.
You had that.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So
if
Have.
are you working on new
Have.
material?
yeah,
And
I
if so,
put a
like
song out.
who are you looking to? Are you looking to collaborate with anybody that we know of?
No, I was actually looking at I had a song on with I wanted to do something with Jerry Butler.
Oh, Jerry, yeah.
I wrote one of those kind of songs. I was like, oh, Jerry Butler, and just bringing him back with this song was perfect for him. And I called his people, and they said he was kind of sick.
Oh,
and
okay.
And then he
Glory.
passed.
Glory to God,
He
yeah.
passed. So I just put it out myself, and it's called "I'll Be Superman."
Oh, okay.
And it's when people hear it, they're like, "Oh my God, Lillo, it sounds like somebody broke your heart."
Okay.
So it's one of those.
So I'm here. I'm gonna campaign this. All right. So Stax is a rapper.
Oh, that's
Right.
what's happening right now. Okay.
Yeah, we about to do this right now. So Stax is a rapper, right? So if you do any
Sit up.
up-tempo music,
I got
You know?
you.
she can get on your joint and make your joint fire. She's definitely official. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm just
Thank
trying to
you for that.
campaign. I'm just trying to campaign. Then you could do the Stax Carter thing. With the boots. And then you can do all that. And Lillo, you guys can do a little video.
That's why I can wear my hat out.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you could, have the horse and all the whole thing. And
Oh,
you can
my
get it done.
God. Not the horse.
No, I'm just listen,
Right.
I'm just saying you can make it all happen. But so Lillo, yeah, this is official, man. So you're gonna continue making new music,
Yes.
right? And you're gonna continue. Where are you performing at next? Where's your next?
Well, we're thinking about doing the City Winery.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
I did it once.
I was just
about a year
there.
ago.
I was just there a couple weeks ago when MC Light was there.
Oh yeah,
Nice venue.
it's a nice venue, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
was the one in the city.
Yeah, right downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, because they have them in Chicago. They have it in Atlanta,
Right.
Boston. So they asked me to be a part of that. So we're thinking about doing that.
Okay.
But that was it. You asked me what made me come back to the business, because I was almost washing my hands up. I came back, and I had a different perspective on how I wanted to approach the business, because I realized that everything that goes wrong, it's in the business,
Right.
and you have to learn what that's about. So when I came back, I got a deal from Capitol Records where I was independent. I had my own label. I
Right.
paid my own people. I was able to bring in my own people, and I had to grow the songs. So the Lillo album, I basically did all on my own.
Oh, okay.
And I went to Capitol. I had to, fight them for pressing of the records, and I own all my own music now.
That's great.
So
That's good. Salute
that's
to
what
you.
it's about.
Salute to you. You own all your music. Look, that's big for any artist on their music.
It
That's a big deal. you
Yeah,
know?
because you get a chance now for your licensing. Once you understand what that's about, I have distributors in South Africa, in Russia. You just you have to do it that way, and that's why now I promote my own shows.
Right.
That was the show that we did at Westbury.
Right, right.
That was my production.
Oh, okay.
And we've done a few of them now for the last
That's
year.
nice, bro.
Yeah, you have to. That's the way you survive.
Look, Lillo Thomas is here because and he's the man. But I just want to let you know, get him to do a show. I don't know where y'all at, but he gonna be there. You know what I mean? I think he gonna go on tour with Lachey, right? D Money, him and Lachey, they go, Lachey gonna do their thing. They gonna do, you know what I mean? That's how we doing it. You know what I mean? So look, in closing, I want to ask you a question. There's been many artists that have been, making music and being famous and everything else, what one thing about your artistry would you change if you had to change it, if anything?
Would I change?
Would you change anything?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is perfection. Thank you very much.
I love it.
Mr. Lillo Thomas, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
right here on the T Money Podcast joint. You can watch us on YouTube. And I'm very inspired right now. I think I'm going to go out and start singing. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, yes, this is it.
Start
Find
with the
me a
hat.
shower.
Start with the hat
Yeah,
first.
no question. All
Start with the
the whole day.
No, no.
Oh, my
All right, yo,
God.
listen, this has been the T Money Podcast joint. Me in the building, T Money, as you well know, my girl Stacks Cadero.
Shout
And today
out.
she's been
Stacks Carter.
the Stacks Carter.
Yeah.
That's
Carter.
right. Salute to y'all, man. And my man Lillo Thomas, thank you, my brother,
Thank
for
you.
being here,
Thank you for
man. I
having
so
me.
appreciate you.
T
Thank
money.
you.
What's the T money? Too much money?
That's right.
Ah,
That's right. Too much money.
Too much money.
Ooh. Don't. Why you tell him that? Now he gonna say that every day. Okay.
See?
That's,
That's
Right.
it.
yeah, we out of here, man. Listen to me. Watch us on YouTube.
Yes.
Peace, 2 fingers, and we gone.
We gone.
Later.
It's the T Money Podcast, Joint.